Hello. In this video, I'll do the problem from Unit 2A. First question about currency conversion. And then in this first question about currency conversion, we convert the Mexican currency, which is peso, to the dollar. So we use this table here. This table tells you two things: dollar per foreign and foreign per dollars. In other words, if you look at this money here, okay, the amount, these are the dollar. For example, if you look at this column here, the Mexican peso, right, and dollar per foreign means this is, everything is dollar, okay, everything is dollar. Dollar per foreign. Foreign here is Mexican peso in this case. So this tells you 1 peso equals 0.05035 dollar. That's what it means. Now we need to convert 2500 peso to the dollar. So we have a conversion factor. This is the conversion factor, in fact. And from conversion factor, we get two fractions. In other words, the fractions are 1 peso equals 0.05035 dollar. I just write DOLL here. Our other fraction is going to be 0.05035 dollar divided by 1 peso. These are called unit fraction because the value of this fraction is going to be 1. Now to change this peso to the dollar, you got to multiply by one of this fraction. Again, to change to the dollar, I want a peso to be cancelled. So what I'm going to do here is I multiply this 2500 peso by 0.05035 dollar divided by 1 peso. Okay, why did I do that is because if I do so, this peso cancel, then I left with dollar as answer. My final answer unit is dollar amount. So if you multiply 2500 by this number, you get whatever, that's the dollar amount is the answer, which is equals to $125.88 dollar. $125.88 dollar. That's the answer. Again, if you want to use this another equation from here, you can also do that. Let me do this 19.86, how I use this one to find the answer. Okay, this, that foreign per dollar for Mexican peso is 19.86. What does that mean is, that means 19.86 peso equals $1. That's what it means. So if you want to change 2500 peso to the dollar, now you start writing 2500 peso. Okay, you can do over 1 if you like, okay, because dividing by 1 doesn't make difference, and multiply by the fraction. But notice that you get two fractions from here. What are the two fractions you get? You get 19.86 peso divided by $1. Other one is $1 divided by 19.86 peso. Okay, so if you are changing to dollar from peso, now you multiply by the one of the fraction that must have peso in the bottom, so they cancel bottom and top. So I'm using this second fraction to multiply to this one to get answer in the dollar. So you get $1 divided by 19.86 peso. So this peso cancel, and you have 2500 times $1 is $2500, okay, divided by 1 times 19.86 is 19.86. Notice that peso cancel, and you get the answer in the dollar, which is same as we had it before, 125.88. okay, 125.88. so 2,500 peso equals $125.88. Okay, question B. In this question, you are changing. No, you are not changing. You're finding the price in US dollar per gallon, and they give you how much euro per liter. Okay, so the give to you is 1.5 euro per liter in Europe, and the question asks you how much in US dollar per gallon. So your answer must be dollar in the top as a unit and the gallon in the bottom as a unit. So that must be answer unit. Okay, answer must be that format. In other words, dollar must be in the top, the gallon must be in the bottom. Okay, notice that this line is division called per, per, per. You see the dollar per gallon, that's what it looks like. So the words given here is 1.5 euro per liter. So this 1.5 euro per liter, you can write this way, 1.5 euro divided by liter, per liter. So I put the divide here, liter per liter means 1 liter. If you notice there is nothing in the front of liter, therefore I can put 1 here in the front. So 1.5 euro per liter is same as 1.5 euro divided by 1 liter. Now, since you have equation, 1 gallon equals 3.785 liter. So I have a fraction here, 1 gallon divided by 3.785 liter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the fraction here. I'm going to put the liter in the top because I want to answer gallon in the bottom and dollar in the top. So my gallon has to be the bottom. In other words, liter must be cancelled and gallon must be in the bottom. So I put 1 gallon here. Because of this one, I put the 1 gallon here. In the top, I put 3.785 liter. 3.785 liter. Okay? Remember the L is for liter. By doing so, this liter cancel. So if you notice, there is a gallon here in the bottom. That's why I want in the answer, correct? Now look at the euro here. The euro must be cancelled and you have to change to the dollar. I mean euro, you need to change to the dollar. And let me see how much euro equals how much dollar. You guys notice here, this is what the euro going to be. So if you look at here, let me write the equation here, 1.225 dollar equals to 1 euro because of this table. You see that? This is $4 per foreign. In other words, 1.225 dollar equals to 1 euro. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the other fraction here. So my dollar going to be in the top because I want my answer in dollar, and my euro in the bottom. Okay, because euro must be cancelled. This euro is in the top, so this euro must be in the bottom, so they cancel. So how much euro? 1 euro from here. So how much dollar? $1.225. So if you cancel euro, and what you get here is in the top you have a dollar unit. That's what I want. In the bottom you have a gallon unit. That's what we want. So multiply 1.5, 3.785, 1.225 and divide by 1 times 1 times 1, which is basically 1, right? You divide it by 1, so your answer must be whatever you get, let's see what you get, and this gives you 6.95 dollar per gallon. Okay, remember that the unit that survive here is gallon and the dollar. Dollar in the top, gallon in the bottom. And remember that this is the fraction here, the divide. It's called per, dollar per gallon. That's the B.